Well, hello to all my beautiful friends and family out there. I hope that you are enjoying this lovely fall day today. And can you hear it? Maybe you can hear this. Do you hear anything? If you do, that is the sound of leaves crunching underneath my feet, and I just love that. I love the sound of leaves crunching underneath my feet. It just has such a rich rhythmic sound to it. We have natural percussion within our nature, the leaves, and I just love the sound of them because that means it's fall, and I love this fall season. I hope that you were enjoying just every moment of this. Enjoy every second of it, because there's something special about each season, and so just make the most of your life. Make the most of this season. And so today I want to talk to you about an incident that occurred that I experienced, and it all deals around the theme of prayer. And just here recently, I had a friend of mine that called and was in a difficult situation. They were dealing with something that they didn't even really have the power to fix. But as a friend, and I'm sure that you deal with this as well, just like me, you want to be able to do something. You want to be able to do something to reach out and to fix it, to take care of the situation. But so often in our friends' lives, they're facing things that we don't have any power to do anything about. And so we think, oh, all we can do is just pray, but that is so far from the truth. Prayer is the greatest thing we can do. But when we're in those situations, we feel so helpless. We just wonder, God, what can we do other than just bringing you this need and asking you to take care of it. This was a desperate situation. This wasn't something that could wait. This was something that was very vital, that it happened right then. And you know what? In that moment, after I got through talking with this friend, I prayed, I cried out to God, asked him to take care of this situation, as there wasn't anything I could do. We were in a desperate situation, and we desperately needed him to come through in that moment for what they were facing. And so I just prayed, I left it there with him, and just knew that he was going to take care of it somehow. And within a few minutes later, this friend called back and told me that the situation had been taken care of. It was all good, and I was so thankful. I was rejoicing right along with him. I was so thankful because when they had a win, I had a win. So I was praising God along with him because I got to share in the answering of that prayer, and what a beautiful thing that was. And not only did that teach me a lesson of how when somebody else has a prayer that's answered, how it affects me, even though it may not affect me directly, but it's a win for me as well, because as God is doing for them, he's going to do for me as well. But also the most important thing that I saw about this was there's no distance in prayer, because this friend was several hours away from me, so I wasn't able to do anything about this situation. But it didn't matter. There is no distance in prayer, and I want you to know that today. There is no distance in prayer when you're praying. You may be praying for someone that is halfway across the world, but it doesn't matter, because God still hears. He still hears, and he's still taking care of this situation, even though they may be a long way away from you. Time is of no barrier there. Time, distance, none of that is a barrier to God in these situations. So I just want you to be encouraged as you're praying for someone else, even if you're praying about a situation, about something that you're facing that is at a different time, at a different place. God is able to work in that, just like he is right here in the city where you live. He can work in situations many, many miles away. So I want you to be encouraged. There's no distance in prayer. Time doesn't matter with God in prayer. It all is just nothing to God. He's able to do anything and everything. And so I just want you to keep that in mind, that there's no distance in prayer. Just know that as you cry out to him, as you cry out in desperation, he hears you, and he's going to work. And we need to give him the space and the ability to work the way he desires. But just know there's no distance in prayer when you pray for a loved one, when you pray for a friend. It's just like you're just right there with him. So be blessed, be encouraged today. There's no distance in prayer. That should encourage you today. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.